Nassau is not one of my favorite ports, but we end up there a lot. We decided to try something new this time, and it did not work out. And then we ended up having a great time anyway.
Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
Well, we're on an adventure, so there's the celebrity ship, there's the MSC. Here, right off the ship, is the water ferry, and that's going to go to Atlantis. So we are grabbing those. Tickets are $7 each, and they will give you change. We ran into some weird taxi stuff. So yeah, they said no one will take you for less than $7 per person because of the tax to go across the bridge, which makes sense. So we originally told the guy yes, but then he disappeared, and so now we're taking the water ferry, which we're more excited about. Here are the tickets. We had a 20, she did give us change, and then they'll pick us up right here.
Gotta have a feeling.
Okay, we've been waiting for like 35 minutes, and finally walking over to the ferry, which if you ask them when it's coming, they're just gonna say, oh, it's here, it's here, it's here, and it's not. And that's a lie. So we're probably gonna take a taxi back at this rate because we don't need to be waiting around for hours. There's Atlantis, that's where we're headed. We're gonna give it a try.
One ticket a point.
We made it onto the water taxi. Finally!
I had to look and I don't even know what it was. What, that? Where
Yeah.
we were supposed to go?
Yeah, there's Atlantis.
We even knew
We
what
were
light
there.
to take a right at.
Yeah, see the light, take a right. We were there and then we couldn't get in. So if you have ever looked at going to the Atlantis in the Bahamas, either from a cruise excursion or just paying your way, it is very expensive, between $200 and $300 per person. Now, Atlantis does have a lot to offer. They have a water park, they have an aquarium, they have a casino, they have a beach. It is beautiful and it would be really great, but it's so expensive. That's what's always stopped us from going. We do have a trip actually planned in about a month where we're going to go stay 3 days at Atlantis. I'll tell you everything we do there. I'll tell you how much it costs when we go. I'm going to see if it's worth it. Is it worth all the hype? Everybody likes to go there. I'll let you know. But regarding the Comfort Suites hack. So if you've ever looked at trying to go to Atlantis for cheap, you're going to come across something that says, oh, the Comfort Suites hack. You can just do that and then you can go to the Atlantis. So what that is, I actually agree with someone. I read their comment saying it's not even a hack. It's just part of a perk that you get from staying at the Comfort Suites hotel. And I completely agree. It's not really a hack. You just get it when you book the room. So what people would do is they would take a cruise, get to Nassau, leave the ship, take a water taxi or a taxi, go over to Atlantis. They had a room booked previously at the Comfort Suites, which is right across the street from the Atlantis. It's very close. And they would check in, get the day passes for the Atlantis. So it ended up being like $40 per person because you get up to 4 wristbands instead of 200 to 250 per person. And then they just didn't stay at the hotel. They would go enjoy Atlantis, hop back on the cruise ship, and then get out of there. That's all it was. So we decided, all right, whatever, we'll give it a try. It's been going on forever. People know about it. It's not a secret. We get there, and that morning is when I decided to look on Reddit, and then I saw it did not work for someone, and I was like, oh no. Ugh. Because up until then, it had been working for almost everyone. So I'm reading it, and then I tell Kyle, I saw it didn't work for someone, and then we get there and it didn't work. So what I saw on Reddit was someone got there, they had the room pre-booked, then Comfort Suites had added something to the website, a disclaimer that was never there before, saying that you can check in early, no problem, but you have to wait until 3 to get your wristbands, which doesn't make sense if you have to be back on the ship by 5. That takes the whole hack part out of it. This person said he checked in, he went to the front desk at Comfort Suites, and then they said, oh, you have to go to Atlantis to get your wristbands, and then they sent him back, and then it was like a multiple hour ordeal and wasted most of his day. So then we get there and they tell us, no, you can check in, sure, but you can't have the wristbands. You can't have those till 3. So then we had to stay there and wait. Kyle is like calling and dealing with all of this stuff while we had 2 of our friends with us. So terrible. It was such a terrible waste of time. And we were so mad. Not that it didn't work, but just that it had been working this whole time. And then we get there and then we're just wasting our friends' time. We're wasting our time when we could have had a nice day out. So I would say we did waste about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Well, Kyle's on the phone talking to the representative. The front desk person was less than helpful. It was just a mess. I really debated whether or not to put this in the video because we didn't really get to go to Atlantis. That was our whole plan. But I also want to save people time of trying to make this hack work. Other people commented, yeah, it worked for us last week. I don't know if it's based on the front desk person, if it's based on whoever you talk to at whatever time. You're taking a chance that you're going to get there, you're going to get to Nassau. You're going to get all the way and then not be able to do what you had planned. It's a risk. We took it. It didn't work out. So instead, we're going to head there and we're going to stay there for 3 days, which I think is going to be a great experience. I'll be able to show you everything they have to offer, and we won't have to worry about rushing back to the cruise ship. So make sure you subscribe so that you can see that video when it comes out. So even though we did waste a couple hours, we got to try the water taxi. So that was really fun. I actually enjoyed that quite a bit. And then we just took a taxi back to the main area, the port area, and we had a fantastic day walking around. Fantastic. I always say I love taking our friends with us, and here's why. One of our friends, Ricky, she had an entire backup plan of she had researched all these different things to go and see and do in the event that we weren't able to go to the Atlantis. And it was fantastic. It was amazing. The first place that we went was the Queen's Staircase. According to Wiki, this is a 66-step walkway made by 600 slaves in 1793 to 1794, and this was to create a quick escape route from the fort above. It was later named the Queen's Staircase in the 19th century in honor of Queen Victoria, who abolished slavery in her ascension to the throne. When you go to the Queen's Staircase, you walk in to this alley kind of way looking thing, and it just looks like a jungle. It looks so different. You can't even believe you're in Nassau. I felt like I was in one of those treasure hunting movies where I'm in the jungle and there's just beautiful trees. There's old stairs. It's just amazing. There's a beautiful waterfall. Definitely go. This is a part of the history of the island. I didn't even know it existed until our friend told us about it. And I've been a handful of times since because it's so pretty and it's fairly easy to walk from the cruise port. We just walked up the Queen's Staircase. We're unraveling history's mysteries. Uh-oh.
Excuse me, I'm the manager. I need you to stop recording. Get that out of here. What are you doing?
So the next place we went was Graycliff Chocolate. Now, I love chocolate so much. I feature it in just about every video, so I'm serious about my chocolate. Graycliff is the first interactive chocolate factory in the Bahamas. Now you can go and you can take a chocolate making class. It's about an hour long. I think it was $60, and you can make your own bar of chocolate. We did a mini tour that was about 10 minutes, and we got to sample 3 different kinds of chocolate, and then we got 2 bonbons included in the tour, so we got those after. So during the tour, we did learn that they cannot grow cocoa there. It's sourced from small farmers in Jamaica and Costa Rica, which makes sense. It's a small island. It's not really, they said with the hurricanes, the cocoa trees would be wiped out before they even have a chance to produce any fruit. In 2016, Graycliff landed at number 5 on Fodor's. He said that's what really put them on the map. That's what brought people to visit Graycliff in Nassau. So they have white chocolate, dark chocolate, milk chocolate, and they have little creamy fruit fillings. So I had a passion fruit bonbon in white chocolate. My God, passion fruit is like sour anyway, and it was just a beautiful pairing. And I think that's the one that the tour guide said like really got them established was the passion fruit one. And then there was also a key lime one that I absolutely loved. These are expensive. They were $12.34 for 4 of them, but they were actually worth it. They're very good. Yeah,
You're
this
supposed
is
to
so
take
cute.
a video where you go like this and spin around.
Okay, do you want to do it? Because last time I got dizzy trying to show someone. It should be recording already. You dizzy?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So the ship is just down that way, and then if you walk a couple minutes, you can get to Heritage Village. And so there's the chocolate place. They said there's the cigar place. There's a little museum. They had a ghost tour thing. Obviously it's daylight, we didn't do that, but we did do a chocolate tour and it was great. And I have chocolate in my backpack that's probably melting, but we're trying to get back to the ship so I can put it in the fridge because I wanted to save it for later. It's so good. I got passion fruit and key lime. The passion fruit is the best. Oh my gosh. So we went to Nassau with 2 of our friends, had a failed hack, and then we went to a couple different really good places. We actually went back a couple weeks later when we were on our 8-day MSC Seascape cruise. If you haven't checked out those videos, make sure you do, because I have one that's a ship tour, I have one that's the food and shows and entertainment, then I have a MSC Seascape 5-day versus 8-day comparison where I kind of highlight some of the things that I liked about both and which one I thought was the best value. Back to Nassau. So when we went back with our friends, we went back to the Queen's Staircase, we went back to Graycliff. We also went to a distillery, which was absolutely wonderful. They had delicious drinks. Just, it's hot out, you're walking around and you get there and they hand you these free samples. I think they were pina coladas actually. So delicious. My gosh, it was so worth it. We took a tour of John Watling's distillery. They have original maps, teeny tiny maps that are like 300 years old. So I'm going to show you here everything else that we did in Nassau on our second trip there so that you have a really good idea of some options and things that you can do. Even if you've been there before, you may not have tested out some of these areas, or you may be a professional traveler and you've been there, done that, and it's still kind of fun to see because you can reminisce about it. So here's our second trip into Nassau.
This is where we go.
This is Heritage Village. This is the Graycliff area. There's a hotel, cigar place, the chocolate place. Sorry, I was moving ahead. You need to present to the group, yes?
So the guided tour says to go into the Graycliff, walk
Oh.
through it,
Oh.
and then come out, and then we go through the cigar shop, and then the candy shop is next after that.
Do you know where I was headed?
It's through that door?
No.
Going straight to the chocolate. I know, that's why I had to
I
grab
was.
you.
I was going straight. I put blinders on like a horse and I just only wanted chocolate.
One history they said to read all of this. I'm not going to. Way too much to read.
Yeah.
Pause video.
We're in the Graycliff Hotel right now. It's very pretty. So they do have some really fancy food. They have tea time that was like $75 a person. So
Dudes look like cheese.
that's why I went over there. I was like, who are these people? Okay, if you head straight through the hotel out the back, it's gonna take you to a nice little terrace area that's so pretty back here. Oh my gosh, all the chairs are like custom made and say Graycliff on them. It's very pretty. This is a brain.
That's like a brain.
This is my brain and that's your brain.
On drugs?
Oh my gosh, can you imagine staying here and swimming
You
now?
could like pay for a day pass to swim.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
It just looks so pretty. We made it to the Graycliff pool. It's very, very pretty. It's very pretty. Kyle said that he saw you could get day passes if you want to come and swim. And honestly, if you want something that's so private that no one else is going to be here, it's really beautiful. and now I want to try to stay at the hotel. I know it's like the most expensive hotel on the island, so it's very pretty. Okay. Oh, there's another little pool. Oh, and some more water. What is this, a creek?
Mosquito breeding.
Yeah.
That's all creaking.
Yeah. There's all of this giant bamboo, which reminds me of when I went to the giant bamboo forest in Korea, and it was all exactly like this. It was insane. You can hear it creaking.
This giant tree that's just covered with hundreds of these coconut.
We just left Graycliff. We walked down the street. It's so close. We are at the National Art Museum, and so far the structures outside are so cool. We're gonna walk around. I'll show you the coolest things. Stand here earlier. So creepy. These statues are wild.
Oh, the Junkanoo.
They have a New Orleans coffee house and the Distillery. We're at the John Watling's Distillery, and he got the pina colada. How is it?
It's good. It just needs to be mixed a little bit.
It's good. It just needs to be mixed. They did give us little samples, and I will say it's delicious.
It's no flash photography. All firm, all firm.
As you all can see, we have no machinery because we have a group of 5 to 7 workers who does everything by hand. All of our rums are made using sugarcane molasses and are aged in white oak barrels straight from Tennessee and Kentucky. Right?
During the tour, they told us about a new rum that they were making, which is aged 10 years, and it's the only one that doesn't have a price on the bottles, and it's $605 per bottle. So we're gonna skip it this time. We'll probably get it next time. JK. We just did the tour at John Watling's Distillery. It's 7 to 10 minutes. It's free. It's complimentary. You get little taste of pina colada. Amazing. So great. So cool. They tell you a little bit about the history of the company, and again, go on the tour if you're in Nassau. Twin Brothers restaurant. So that's where we had lunch. We tried to order conch fritters and the jerk spice chicken. They forgot the fritters, so we got jerk chicken and plantain. The seasoning was absolutely delicious. I was so happy with the meal. We were starving by the time we got there because we had been walking around forever. This is somewhere I would definitely go back because I think their food is really delicious. And then I think they've been also highlighted on other news outlets. I think it said CBS on the front of the building where it was like, oh, also as seen on CBS or something. So their website says they're a world famous seafood restaurant. Really good, really delicious, not too expensive. Sucks that we didn't get the other part of the meal, but what we did get was really good. The only crappy thing was the restaurant was extremely loud. So even though we were happy to be eating, we were kind of happy to leave and have a little bit more peace and quiet on the way back to the ship. All right. If you see a yellow plate, it is an official taxi. If you see a blue plate, like that one, it is someone pretending to be a taxi. Our driver just told us that. Very interesting. As always, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next trip.
Goodbye, everybody, goodbye.